Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to my reaction video. I just have a cup of tea and I'm ready to start getting some Frusciante magic, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna be reacting today to Red Hot's live performance of Don't Forget, which is unbelievable, by the way. Already seen this like 500 times. It's so weird, like his guitar playing, it feels like he's playing violin, you know what I mean? It's like crazy. How can you get that level of expression? Lefley is playing kind of rhythmic bass groove. Dum 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 dum. Right now he replaced the instrument. It's no longer violin. He came back to guitar. It again comes back to that dynamic that they have between Flea and John, and yeah, it's so crazy, so beautiful. Before the song starts, we already started with, I really wonder whether they do have prepare for these jams, at least to some extent, you know. It sounds so good already, like, but do they prepare? It's just like a matter of, you know, of the flow. Like right now, I really want to notice something. Okay, so the song is very, how do you say, first few bars only bass plays, then after for 2 bars there's bass and voice, then after another few bars there's drums coming in, and then after that guitar will come in, if you notice. And this song in particular has a different kind of a like setup. So now Flea is playing kind of a rhythmic part in a sense. He's playing chords, like he's playing again that funky, groovy feeling kind of chords, which is very weird for a bass player to play. You don't hear many songs like that, you know, like where it's almost like he's playing a full chord. Yeah, and right now it's like completely different dynamic of a song and completely different relationship. They have like, he's now playing this dum dum dum, and you can hear the drums. It doesn't feel like drums right now are the leading rhythmic part. It feels like bass is, and yeah, it feels like bass is a main leading part, and drums is just kind of like to an extent compensates where the bass is quiet. So it's again that dynamic, you know, question answer kind of a dynamic, and it feels like guitar plays on another level, on like, not, I wouldn't say another dimension. I've seen some video comments saying that John plays on another dimension, and I understand where that is coming from, but it's like it feels literally like another dimension. It's like it feels like it's completely its own different sound. It feels like it came from a different genre, but it works. For some weird reason it works. He's playing 16 notes, which is like a complete contradiction of what Flea is playing, and it works. I don't know if it's just me, maybe I'm just a super fan of Red Hot's, but I feel that their music has so much valuable information if you study it and analyze it. It's like, it's a perfect way to express yourself in the most simplistic way possible, more or less. So if you write music in any genre, sorry, and if you manage to achieve that, acquire that, I think it will get your art to a really high level and really connect to a lot of people, because like even in orchestral music you have a concept of different voicings, right? When I'm writing like harmonies and melodies, like I keep in mind the concept of different voices. And let's say you write orchestral or cinematic music or any other music, you can take this concept and try to apply it. So right now you can see that these different voicings per se, like you have three voicings here, like a guitar voicing, bass voicing per se, and a lead vocal voicing, right? So you try to make a dynamic between them, so each voicing sounds, first of all, great on its own. Like if you isolate each voicing, it will sound amazing. Like it will sound like a great, groovy, great part. So that's, I think, what should be the goal of a composer or of a musician or songwriter, to make each part right, to make each part great. And that's I think why Red Hot Chili Peppers are great. Like if they would play right now, let's say Flea was playing chords and John, instead of playing his part, would be playing the same chords, just maybe higher, which a lot of bands do, and even myself, I do that too. It's just choosing a simple option kind of a thing, just arranging something simple. Yeah, it wouldn't be the song the way it is. I mean, what makes this song in particular, great for me is that each individual part, and in general in Red Hot Chili Peppers music, that each individual part is irreplaceable. If you replace one part, it's not the same song anymore, you know? The bass, the guitar, the drum. I mean, like, I know that a lot of people say that, like in By the Way, in Californication, the Frusciante is like a leading guy. He, like, it feels like the album is led by guitar, and to some extent it feels like that. Yeah, I agree, but to some extent I disagree, because all the other parts are also equally as good. Like Anthony Kiedis singing is amazing. Like he has his own different style and the whole different kind of way, the way he sings. Flea is amazing, unbelievable bass player, and he doesn't give enough credit for how good he is. And even what's the guy's name? I almost said Will Ferrell. Chad Smith. He's also amazing drummer. Like, so I think like the whole composition of things, what makes this band great. It's not one individual member or another. It's just composition, their relationship, everything around it. And like, sorry for this rant again, but I just feel so passionate about this, and I feel like there's so much valuable information in these kind of concepts when you really study and understand psychology of how sounds are created or how sounds works, and you can really apply them, and you can really find your style, like following artists that you love. It's also one thing I wanted to mention, like what John is playing. It's like his voicing, his playing is just the three notes basically. It doesn't change. So if you know if you compose yourself or write music, you know that bass part moves, like it follows the root note. Voice also to some extent could follow different notes. So if you have A, C, D, E, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get my point across. Like it moves, it goes up and down. And here, his part is the same. It's the same three notes, and it gives that kind of like sustained feeling of tension, kind of a thing.
First we had taken all of the step inside the running cat. There's a light that knows the way. Like a rainbow in your jail cell, all the memory of everything you've ever spent. Not alone. Oh, when you want to go.
Again, just a few notes. Now he introduces a bit more movement.
I'm an inbred and a pothead, 2 legs that you spread inside the tool shed. There's a love that knows the way. And I can show you to the free field. Overcome and all will always be revealed. Not alone, but I'll be there. Oh, when you wanna go.
Right now, even another concept introduced here. I think it's a great, how do you say, songwriting tip. That when you repeat the section second time, you don't repeat it completely the same, in the sense of keeping it interesting. And right now, you can see this part is not played at the same time. Like Anthony's is playing his part, and now John joins for a different voicing, like kind of even the rhythm. But this works only in the context of things. Like if you would just come in and start a song here, it would sound like a mess and weird. But when it's within a context of things, this is kind of a high level of tension because there's so much going on, and if you will be able to hear the how do you say, release kind of a thing. Like you can feel the tension. There's so many things going on. Like artists playing their heart, and their dynamic is very intensifying. They're probably when they're playing, they're also playing more intensely. Like all these things come together. It goes on. It goes on. It goes on. You'll hear the release. Here. So this solo is so satisfying because of like it sounds so great, like because it was complemented by the tension part before that. You know what I mean? So look, when you're writing music, look for these things. Well, this is completely like resolve, resolution. feel that the song is about to end. Maybe. Maybe not.
For sure. I bet the hands
But no, we're not done yet. We will still have something to say.
teach you how to dance inside the body.
This is the third time they're playing verse part, and you can hear again.
To dance inside the body. You know when I
He's
love.
playing a different part. Like, it's not the same. He keeps it interesting. He changes things. You know what I mean? Like, third time he's playing something. I think there is a rule. Not a rule, but like a concept of 3. You don't repeat the same thing 3 times, you know. I read it in quite recently in Mike Senior's book on mixing. And actually it's a really great book. Where he talks not only about mixing techniques, but I think the most important chapter are first and second chapters. So the first chapter deals with more like listening to. First chapter deals listening to, what do you call them? Like listening environment and headphones and near-field monitors and stuff like that, and creating the right environment for you to create music and like mix music. And second part is like arrangement and fine-tunement and structure, like really core concept in music. And yeah, I mean, I know that there are probably many people involved in writing these songs, these concepts, like probably producers, but you can learn from their awesome techniques and do your own thing. It's a different part. It's a different part. We never heard this before, but it doesn't sound weird. If he would keep changing like the verses part at the start, it would sound weird. But now it's the third time we're playing it, so it feels like new, kind of the same, but still new. It's amazing. This like song, I mean, one of my favorite songs, for sure. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what else would you like me to react to, analyze. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and have a great day, everybody.